Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sister Annisa Walid, and I am about to show you how to prepare a body for janazah prayer. I have been participating and helping in this process for many years and have developed a way of doing it. First, I would like to show you the materials that we use in the preparation of the body. We have been using the mask for years because what people don't realize is that no matter how much we love the person whose body we are washing, they become a biohazard to us when they are gone. So we need to protect ourselves by using a mask, but also now we need to use a face shield. We have always had to use a plastic covering over our clothing. We also use gloves, and we use antibacterial body wash or Hibiclens. We use a shampoo of our choice to wash the hair. We use camphor to put on the places where the body touches the floor when we're in sijda for prayer. And lastly, we use musk oil to, because that was one of the practices of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what we do here in Milwaukee is we put all of these things along with the shroud into a kit, and we place the materials for washing the body in one bag, and we place the shroud in another bag, and we put them in a box for future reference. Assalamu alaikum. This is going to be a demonstration of how to wash a body of our sisters. We will begin, we will always say a prayer first. We will always make wuzu first. We will always put on protective covering. Since this is not a real body, I will not use my protective covering other than my mask right now. But we have to cover our clothing. We have to use gloves, and we will have to make sure that all of the pieces that we will be using are in place. First, we start with there are usually at least 5 sisters who will be doing this job. One at the head, one at the feet, 2 on either side. The reason there are more sisters on each side is because we're going to have to lift in order to wash and wrap the body. We start on the right side of the body. First we will wash her hair 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And while the shampooing is being done, the sisters on the right side, one will wash the upper part of her body. 1, 2, and 3. one sister will wash the lower part of the body. 1, feet included, 2, and 3. Then we will lift on the right side so that the under parts of her body can be washed. 1, 2, and 3. And we take care as to never pull the sheet up so that you can put your eyes on the body of the sister. Then, because I'm one person, I will go to the left side and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3 on the top. 1, 2, 3 on the top. And then under. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And we must make sure that we wash and clean the insides of the cavities of the body. After the washing has been done, then we begin with the wrapping. Our shroud is labeled. We have a head covering. We have the bottom of the torso. We have the top of the torso. We have a tie for her feet because most of the time the feet are spread apart and they need to come together. We also have a tie for the head because the soul of a person leaves the body through the mouth, and it's usually open. And during the burial, the mouth of the person should not be open. Then we have, after we have wrapped the top and the bottom, then we have to have a shirt that fits through the whole body. And then lastly, after the shirt is put on, there is a full body covering that covers the whole body once the body is inside the casket. Now I'm going to take the pieces, take the labels off, and the pieces are labeled because a good deal of the time there are people who've never done this before, so they don't know where the pieces go. So I put labels on the pieces, and then they're removed and set aside so that the people know what the pieces are for. So I'm going to put this piece is for the bottom. This piece is for her top half. And the other pieces I'm going to set aside for a moment while we are doing this. After the body has been washed, and before we start wrapping, we use spirits of camphor, and it comes in this type of a bottle. Spirits of camphor, are used to cover the places where a person's body touches when they are in the position of sijda. So it would go on the top of the feet, the knees, the palms of the hands, the forehead, and the nose. And this is done before we start wrapping the body. As you can see, there's a bottle with musk oil in it, and that is used when after the body is wrapped and it's in the casket, and you just rub musk on the fabric. As the washing was done, beginning on the right side, so does the wrapping. And the top half of the body is wrapped first. And what we do is we take the piece that was designated for the top, we unfold it, and then we drape it across the body. And we try to do it evenly. And the sisters on the right side start, and they pull the undersheet down so that the piece that is on the top can and be sure not to uncover the body, so that the piece can fit. Then we take the part that is on the table, we take that and either lift up the body, but this body is lifted in itself. We take that piece, push it under, either lift it up or push it under, and in this case, it can be pushed under without lifting, and let it come to the other side. And once it gets to the other side, then you pull it tightly and wrap it on the body so that it is tightly wrapped, and you put it evenly so that her body is covered. And you don't have to worry about undoing the hands or whatever. It can be wrapped. They can be wrapped together if you can. Sometimes you can't. Wrap them across the top of her. And then after you get the right side piece done, then you take the left side piece and lift up and do the same thing. Push this side to the other side as well. Okay. All right. And then you take this piece on this side and just pull it up and tighten it up, and then put it on top of the body. And we'll do the same thing with the bottom part. Lay it across so that the middle is there. Then you pull it, and usually there are sisters on the other side to pull it to them so that it meets on the other side. And then you pull it up a little bit so that when the under sheet is removed, none of the body is exposed. And just hold it and pull it down so that the body is not exposed. And there would be other people on the other side to make sure that the body is not exposed. And I'm going to have to go over because there's nobody there. So I'll go over so that I can get the sheet off without exposing the body. And before we finish the wrap on this side, we will take the foot tie and just tie the feet as in this way. Tie the feet as tie the feet as closely as we possibly can. And as you can see, we don't have to have a big piece of fabric to do that. Okay, now. Now we'll do the same thing on this side as we did for the other side, and that is push the fabric under the body so that it will go to the other side. And what will happen is, if there are sisters on the other side, they will lift that up and pull it through. But since there's just one person, I will go over and pull it out and wrap it under on this side. Sometimes I can feel that her hand is here, and her hand will just get wrapped up with the other part so that it is all covered in the wrapping. And we just wrap this here, pull it up and wrap it over her leg. And this is why we have a piece that is large enough so that it can wrap over that leg, and to make sure that the whole of her body is wrapped. And not just a little piece. Okay, now. Okay. Now, and then this side, we do the same thing with it. Push it under, and then make sure that it comes to the other side. And then we pull this side over. And whatever is extra, we'll just we just drape it over so that everything is covered. Okay. Now the next part that we'll put on is the shirt. The shirt is the piece that goes over the whole body. The shirt, in doing bodies, when I first learned how to do this, the pattern said that you should make a round circle for the head. Well, that doesn't work well, because you can hardly get her head in it. So here's what I developed over the years, and that is I cut it like a V. And what happens is when you put that over the head like this, her face just goes right in there. You can put this underneath. It fits on kind of like a V-neck, and it makes it easy to get it on. And then after that part is on, she's lifted, and the other part is pulled on, and you lift up this part and just pull it down and spread it evenly over her clothing. And if there's any excess, you can just push it close to her body. Then after you get that part on, next comes the head covering. And if the mouth is open, you take the piece that I designated as the head tie, and you can fold it in half so it won't be sticking out from under her niqab, and just put it under her chin and up above her head, so that, inshallah, and just tie it tight enough so that her mouth will close, and the funeral home won't have to do all those creative things that they tell me about to close the person's mouth. We don't want that. Okay. And next comes the niqab. Take the niqab, and it's a triangular piece of fabric. I fold it in half so that the part that goes across her forehead is smooth, and you just do it this way. Fold it on the sides and put it over her chest. And then once we get it there, then we lift up her head and put the other part under her. And then once that is done, then we can straighten it out so that our sister will look nice. And you kind of smooth it out and pull it up so that we don't see the head tie. And that isn't the part of it. Okay. And alhamdulillah, after that, we get the musk oil and we just rub the body down with the musk, and the body is ready to go in the casket.